TikToker WagerProof developed a model to predict NFL games. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are doing the exact same thing, but I've been watching WagerProof now for about 6 weeks, and I've been watching his success rate, and I gotta say that it's actually better than the well-known Faro. I'm just saying it's worth taking a look at. And he recently reached out to me and offered me the absolute honor in taking a look at the model and the website before it goes online. And he also said that if I wanted to use it in any video, he was completely open to that as an idea. So I'm using NFL Week 9 data. Now the first game we look at is Chicago at Cincinnati. Chicago is the favorite, which is no big surprise, and the model actually likes taking Cincinnati. But I just don't see this as a sure thing. Cincinnati's been extremely unreliable, and I just don't like it as a wager. The next game, Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit is heavily favored and has a great majority of the public bet. And as you can see here, at 8.5 points, it's really just a coin toss. So again, this isn't the type of edge that I'm looking for. The next game, Carolina at Green Bay, is very similar to the Minnesota-Detroit game. And again, not much of an edge. But look at this next game. This is why I say this tool could dramatically change your betting methods if used properly. The tool isn't necessarily telling you what is a good bet, and it doesn't know who will win, but it does say statistically which team has a good angle. So look at Denver at Houston. Houston's the favorite team, but when I look at what the tool suggests, Denver is very favored to win. And even more so if you take the 1.5 point. I'd like to take a look at the under-over in this game. It's something to consider. The league scoring average is about 46.5 points a game. The line here is 39.5. Now, I think that a lot of this is because Houston and Denver are considered top defenses. Now, Atlanta at New England, there's not much of a surprise here. Nothing really is grabbing my attention. So San Francisco and the Giants, I feel that this might be somewhat of an unexpected result based on the last few weeks. But really, the model thinks it's more of just a coin toss. So again, here, I just don't see anything of value in order to make a wager. Next is Indy at Pittsburgh. The Colts are 3.5 point favorites, which I really would like to consider as an against the spread bet. And as you can see in the model actually has high confidence that Indy is going to cover those 3.5 points. Indy has been the Cinderella story of 2025. They really need to be considered a serious Super Bowl contender. They have all the momentum, and Pittsburgh at best has just had a few great moments this year. They really just haven't shown up in the most significant games of the year. Look, I really love Indy's position here, especially at negative 3.5 points. And even though 50 points is considered to be a lot, both these teams could put some points up on the board. And I don't think that their defense is specifically what their strong point is. I do expect a high-scoring game, and I think the model at 80% confidence is something that I would really like to take a look at as an edge over the market. Next game, Chargers at Tennessee. Now, the model here is saying 9.5 points is a good price to pick Tennessee over the Chargers, especially at home. But again, I just don't feel that I have a good idea of what to expect. It's just not something I want to put my money on. I think I'm going to have to pass on this. Next game, Rams at New Orleans. It's pretty much the same problem. Rams is 14-point favorite. I don't really see that the Rams run up the scoreboard. I really don't know what's going to happen with the Saints. I just don't like any of this. Again, a pass. Now, the next game is a good example of why this tool is important. The Jags taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Now, I don't see a good reason why the Jags are only a 3-point favorite here. And the model seems to agree. I like the Jags. I think they have a moderately good team. I don't think the Raiders can win with Geno. In fact, if I was going to look at any player prop all in Week 9, I might grab the Geno Smith greater than a half of an interception. He leads the league in throwing them, and Jacksonville leads the league in catching them. Now, here is the game of the week, Kansas City at Buffalo. The public and the model like the Chiefs, but it's close. Now, based on the model, the Chiefs are highly favored, and maybe there's a good reason for this, and maybe it's really actually a really good bet. But deep down inside, I just don't want to root against the Bills. I think I'm actually like a lot of people. I want to see them win. I think we've been watching Kansas City win for years, and we want a new contender. And maybe Kansas City truly is still the dominant team. And so for that reason, I can't choose this as a game that I really want to put a wager on. I'm going to watch the game, but I'm not putting any money down. Next game, Seattle at Washington. If you look at Seattle's schedule and look at historics, I think this might be a spot that Seattle loses. I think they're the better team here, but I think this might be an upset. I'm picking the Hawks and covering the 3 points, but that's not my official position. Next game is another example of why you need this tool. Arizona and Dallas. Dallas is favored, and they're highly liked by the public. But look at what the model says. The model likes Arizona to upset Dallas, and with a considerable amount of confidence. Now, this is not an emotional decision. The model is saying statistically, the Arizona Cardinals will at least cover the 2.5 point spread and maybe even upset the Dallas Cowboys. The other thing to look at this is 54.5 points. That's 8 points above league average, and it strongly likes a low-scoring, non-explosive game. I think this is another example of extreme value up against what the public knowledge is. So to sum this up, I think the model has been able to identify in Week 9 4 situations that are not being seen or evaluated by the public. Number 1, I'm picking Denver moneyline over Houston. Number 2, Indianapolis covers the 3 points over Pittsburgh. Number 3, Jacksonville moneyline over the Raiders. And number 4, Arizona 2.5 points over Dallas. Anyways, that's what I see. If this interests you and you are still watching 8 minutes into this video, please go to Wager Proof. He's not paying me to say this. I'm not in any way financially incentivized to say any of this. Just go follow him. I think that access to this system, if you get access to this database, I think it will really enhance your capability to make good, solid picks. Anyways, that's my take like always. What do you think?